Hello and welcome. Hi, Lenita, the Scrappy Grandma, and this is my Living in the Way playlist. And basically, it's just the Father wanted me to live out loud and share what he shows me with whoever listens. Anyway, I just got done with my Torah portion recording, Kitetzi, the 49th portion. We've only got a few left before the new cycle begins, and it's just so exciting. Um I love this time of year. One, I love Deuteronomy. Um the book of Deuteronomy, I just because it's Moses's last hurrah, essentially. He knows he's going to be dying. He knows this whole new generation of, all of their parents and grandparents died off in the wilderness. And these were the ones that were 19 years and younger. And now it's 38 years later. And now they're getting ready to go into the promised land. And so he is just reminding them of what is required, of reminding him of his instructions. So it goes well with them in the land that they're entering and conquering. So I just, he has given me such gratitude and thankfulness and such a passion for uncovering his treasures from his word. And during this month, we just started the month of Elul, which started sundown on Thursday night. And every morning, starting Friday morning, we blow the shofar. And then it ends up, I think, on Yom Kippur, it's blown 100 times that I have to. I'm still learning about all the feasts. I'm so excited about him this year because Rusty's on board and he really is excited to, in the two of us, doing the feasts together, which is so exciting. So, but the month of Elul, the Father started preparing me weeks ago. Honestly, I see he started preparing me weeks ago for the month of Elul, and it's a month of preparation before the feasts, and it's a time of introspection, self-reflection, um, basically laying before him and laying it out, going, what's working, what's not, where am I on track, where am I off track, and how do I deal with the areas that need to be purged? And how do I build up the areas that I need to implement? And so it's just a really beautiful time. Last year, I didn't understand the whole meaning or the purpose for the month of Elul. So basically, I just, checked it off on my calendar. Okay, we're that much closer, that much closer. The second day of Elul, third day. But now I'm understanding it, and just the weight of it. And it's to prepare ourselves and purify ourselves to be able to fully enter into his fall feasts clean and clean, pure and spotless bride. Because that's part of, is when the bridegroom comes to collect his bride, and we want to be that pure and spotless bride. So that's one of the things that we're really focusing on right now is the month of Elul and doing self-inventory, doing self-audit. What do I need to work on? Um, and so I'm also, I'm leaving in 9 days for Israel. So I can't believe I'm actually going, that it's really happening. And a couple years ago, I avoided getting on a plane. I think it was after 2020. I just didn't want to deal with all of the new implementations and stuff and people and traveling. Also, my health was really, really, it was, I actually did one major trip a couple of years ago to go see my grandchildren, but in the time they were in Louisiana, my son and his family. And I ended up getting really sick and having to travel really, really sick. And it kind of caused a little bit of trauma. And so PTSD about travel. So, but then this year I traveled by plane to Tennessee. There was some hiccups that kind of threw me for a loop, which I was being tested and I kind of failed at first, but then came around. Fortunately, his correction is swift, and which is what I ask of him is for his correction to be swift so that I can be set right now, quickly. And so, yeah, I'm getting everything prepared to go to Israel. I went to look at suitcases at Ross, no less, which is, one of the less expensive, and they were like $90. So I'm going to go through the suitcases I have. And I'm in such a dilemma because I know I'm going to be buying things and bringing them home, especially now my grandchildren found out that one of my layovers is in Paris. And Kai, my 10-year-old grandson, he's like, oh, can you bring me something back from Paris? And I'm like, absolutely. So not only going to be bringing things back for Rusty and I, but I'm going to be bringing things back for the grandkids too. So I need a bigger suitcase so that I have room. And my dad has this, we had for him when he moved here from North Carolina, my cousin bought him this really giant suitcase. I'm just afraid of lugging it around. Maybe I'll run it by my friend who's basically our tour guide who's taking us over there. My girlfriend Lisa. And this is the interesting thing. I'm going with three women from my online Bible study. I've never met them in person. I know them online. I've known them for a couple years online, but I've never met them in person. So, and I'm going to be flying with them and rooming with them and traveling. And these are things that normally I would be like, yeah, no, no, I'm not going to go stay in a hotel room with people I don't know. But what an opportunity to go see the land. And I honestly never, ever in my wildest imagination thought I would be able to go to Israel in this lifetime. Um, my mom was going to take me a couple years ago, and then happened. And it was going to be a Catholic tour of all of the basilicas and all of the cathedrals. Well, not really what I'm interested in. I'm more interested in the ancient history of Israel, of, Judah and the lost tribes. And so, and the woman that's, you know, taking us all over there, she lived there and she's been over many times. She worked there. She knows Hebrew. I am so righteously envious of her. And I just want to suck all kinds of information out of her. And I'm going to have her for 2 weeks. So, but yeah, so I'm preparing. So lots of things to prepare. I mean, I've got to prepare to be gone for 2 weeks. So, like, chores that I take care of on a regular basis, letting the horse out in the morning, feeding her, letting the chickens out, watering all of my garden and my herb garden and my trees and all of the things. And yeah, Rusty's going to have extra stuff to handle. And I'm going to talk to my daughter and see if she might be able to give him a hand and handle some of it for him so that he's not burdened. And then I'm not going to see my grandkids for 2 weeks, which, it's more, well, I'm going to be gone a total of how many days? Because I'm actually leaving earlier than everyone else because I'm the furthest away. So I'm leaving my home on the 25th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'll be gone 15 days, 2 weeks. And so I'm not going to see my grandbabies. And it's so cute because Kai, my 10-year-old, the other day they ended up having our power went out, so they came over here to have lunch because I have a gas stove that I can cook on, and they have an electric stove. So I had them come over for lunch and hang out, and they've been around a lot. Kai went downtown with me on Friday the week before, and he spent the night and was here on Saturday. And so he was just, I just want to be at home. It's no offense to you, Grandma, but sometimes you just see too much of somebody, and I've had enough. I'm like, no offense taken, sweetheart. I love that my grandchildren can be honest with me and it doesn't offend me. Because kids are kids and I get it. And I'm like, I get it. And unfortunately, this is just how it has to be for right now, because of the way things are turning out. But I'm gonna be gone for 2 full weeks. You won't see me at all. So, um, anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be seeing them as much as possible. In fact, they're all coming over tomorrow. My daughter comes and cleans my house. So my daughter's coming over to clean my house tomorrow, and then I get to play with the grandkids while she's cleaning my house and visit with her. And then, yeah, then I got to get serious about packing because literally I leave in 9 days. So I've already started gathering some things, but I have to get, we're going to pull the suitcases out today, kind of go through and see which one's going to be, and I might take a carry-on and a suitcase. We'll see. And a backpack for my purse. And yeah, all the things that and I had a scare. I couldn't find my return flight from Israel, and that was kind of frightening. It's like, oh my gosh, something happened? But I've got everything in my little file here, my passport, my visa, all my flights, hotels, everything. So this is gotta keep it. And my girlfriend Lisa, who's taking us, she even gave us a a shopping or a packing list. So this is serious. It's right here. Got to get on it and take care of business. And my girlfriend Kelly, who's going, um, she is coming in from Texas and she decided to fly in a day early also. So her and I both will be spending the night in New York. It's hard coming this far and being able to catch our returning flight. I think Isabel, our friend, she's doing a direct flight, but with the way flights are right now, Kelly realized, because she's been flying a lot, that connecting flights are always late or canceled. So, and she didn't have enough time. So she decided to rebook and come the night before. So I actually get to meet her ahead of time, and we're spending the night together in New York. And then the next day we get up and fly over to Paris and then to Israel. So crazy, crazy, crazy time. So I think that's it. Basically, yeah, just, the month of Elul. If you have any questions about Elul, let me know. Um, it really took on a lot more meaning for me this year, and it's exciting to spend that quiet time. It's a time for us to kind of pull away from the world a little bit, and isn't it interesting that this is the time of year that everything starts ramping up to distract and take your attention, when it's a time that we actually should be pulling away and kind of spending more quiet time with him in introspection and course correction. And it's a time, with back to school and then disgustingly so. I mean, it's everywhere. It's August. It's the beginning of August. I mean, July just got over with, and they're already decorating for the most hideous holiday of the year, ugh, the worldly holiday, Halloween. And it's like, give us a break. No. But I guess as soon as back to school hits, that's the first thing they got to go to. I don't know. But so it's a busy time of year, but I recommend, I'm reading a really good book for our book club. And one of the things that it recommended for the month of Elul is look for something. There's a couple of different things. Spend some time paying attention to what is screaming for your attention. So, like if you're trying to pray or you're trying to read, and these nagging thoughts, these things, unfinished business keeps popping into your head, then take care of it. Spend Elul focusing on taking care of that thing. Or if there's just something that like right now, I still don't even know. I think mine is tying up loose ends, because I have a lot of loose ends with my father's death and doing his taxes and my taxes and DMV for his car. And I've got a lot of loose ends. And yeah, thank you, Father. I've been praying. and he just gave it to me just now, interestingly enough, of what it is I'm supposed to focus on with Elul, and it's tying up loose ends. Thank you, Father. So, but it could be anything. It could be eating clean, eating when you're hungry, fasting. I mean, whatever. Pray about it and ask him to reveal it. And then during this month of Elul, mindfully, intentionally be present with focusing on what he's given you to focus on, that one thing. Because when we learn how to ask and receive and then execute one thing, it builds and grows onto more and more and more things. So let me know in the comments what he has you focus on for the month of Elul. I would love to hear. I don't really get a whole lot of comments on my recordings. Um, Not sure why. I get a lot of verbal, not a lot. I get some verbal from friends and family and stuff who let me know what my recordings are doing, how they're, how they appreciate them, I guess. Anyway, but I don't even know who these go out to and who listens to them, but let me know what you sought him on and what he revealed to you to focus on for the month of Elul. And let me know, if you've got plans for the upcoming feasts, or if this is all crazy new to you and you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, let me know and we can have a conversation. And I will not be doing these recordings. I know they're not planned. They're not. I mean, I try to do them after I do my Torah portion reading, my weekly Bible reading, but I don't always, and so they're kind of intermittent. I definitely won't be doing them while I'm in Israel. I mean, unless I do a live, which I might do because I mean, I'm in Israel. But anyway, so I think that's it. And be blessed. Like I said, let me know what the Father has you focusing on for Elul. And prayerfully, I will see you next Sunday. That'll be my last Sunday before I leave. I'm going to be pre-recording some of my Torah portions so that, because I won't be recording them in Israel. I don't want to take my laptop with me, and it's just too much for me to carry. So I don't want to take my laptop, and I just don't want to have to try to figure out when I would make the recordings. So I'm just going to not relieve myself from that and pick it back up. But I am going to pre-record my Torah portion, my weekly Bible reading. So, all right, be blessed, Father Yah. Ah, Father, bless everyone who's listening to this. Give them a love and a passion and a desire to seek you in this month of Elul, and show them specifically the one thing that you'd like for them to work on for this next month to prepare them for your holy days coming up. In Yeshua's beautiful name. Amen. All right. Be blessed.